Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not often I record a video out in public anymore. Actually, I'm not counting when I go on walks. I mean like actually going someplace. If you couldn't tell, I'm in a movie theater. I just left. I'm currently leaving. I just watched Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and this is my immediate thoughts after just viewing the movie. Holy shit, it was awesome. I think it may be better than the first one, but holy shit, I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say. And I'm gonna get to a less crowded area first. Go out this way, closer to the stairs. I wonder if there's a Popeyes nearby. I want to see if I can get that deal meal they have based on Freddy's. Maybe. I don't think I can afford an Uber to Popeyes and then to home. I gotta go straight home. So hopefully there's a Popeyes in walking distance. Maybe there's one in this mall. Probably not. Okay. Holy shit, this... So much to say. Where do I even begin? So, spoiler, obviously, spoiler warning. For anyone who hasn't seen the movie yet. Holy shit. Okay, so... What? No, thank you. I can't afford a necklace. Random weirdo. Oh, he's not a weirdo. He's just a guy trying to do his job. He's a salesman. Okay, so... Okay. I'm away from people now. There's like some people right there, but they're not paying attention to me. Okay, so where do I begin? The movie takes place 2 years after the first one, so 2002. Yeah. So. Okay, so some people walk by. So the movie opens up with a flashback scene to 1982, which contradicts the games, but the movies is a separate universe, so it's just how it is here. That doesn't mean that Freddy's existed in 82 in the games. All the evidence we've seen says 83 is when the first Freddy's probably popped up. Or maybe maybe it's wrong. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe the film is doing this to let us know, hey, we're wrong, we're 1 year off. I don't know. Or it could just be the film is its own universe, so it's being different. But the film opens up in 1982. And holy shit, it is way different. So we open up with Charlotte, and she loves the puppet. It's her favorite one, which makes sense. And she sees William nab a kid, and when she tries to get an adult to help, none of them want to help her. They're all being dicks. So she goes back there herself. She saves the kid but gets herself killed, which is way different than how it happened in the game universe, or even the Silver Eyes universe. In the game, she was murdered outside, presumably stabbed a bunch, or maybe ran over. And in the book universe, her and her brother were just playing in the back, and then he just came and nabbed her. Here, she died trying to rescue a different kid. Holy shit. Just nabbed him right up. And he stabbed her 3 times in the back. And she died in front of everyone. And happened to fall on the puppet as she died, due to where she died at. There's a trap door and the puppet comes out of it. It's insane. I was wondering what that car was doing. Anyway, I should be getting my Uber, but no, I just want to talk first. I'll walk for a little bit, get to a decent location, like maybe a 7-Eleven or a gas station or something, and I'll get my Uber there. I just want to walk and talk, because holy shit. Okay, so the 1982 location, which apparently is the first Freddy's, has pictures of the toys, even though I don't think the toys exist yet. This could just be a case of the merchandise and the posters and stuff not matching what the characters actually look like. Chuck E. Cheese did that, still does that. So we could say they had those on those designs on like the posters and stuff, but the animatronics didn't look that way. And then years later, they decided to make the toys look more like the promotional material to make it less confusing for people. So I could explain that part away. But the first Freddy's is crazy. It has a river. It has a river. That's awesome. I would love to ride that. Oh, man. Okay, so poor Charlie. She dies. And then we cut to 20 years later. So 20 years from 1982, it's 2002. 2 years after the first movie. And things are mostly all right. Everyone's trying to recover from the events of the first movie and move on with their life. They're doing their best. But Vanessa keeps having, these flashbacks and bad dreams, and it's fucking with her brain. It's messing her up. Vanessa actually tried to stop Charlie from going back there because she knew what her father was doing, but she couldn't stop her. Damn. So when she first rescued the kid in the back, I thought maybe they were trying to say that Charlotte wasn't the first victim, at least in the film universe. But nope, the kid wasn't dead. He was just out cold. William was about to kill him, but he got rescued. Little kid, you're lucky. Charlie sacrificed herself for you. Be grateful. I assume he is. And again, I heard a story about a guy who saved a kid from river otters, and the kid not only didn't thank the guy, but grew up to scam people. So that's neither here nor there. That's unrelated. I'm hoping that kid thanked her, or at least thanks her, because he can't thank her now, she's dead. But hopefully he thanks her and whatnot, and didn't grow up to be bad. But speaking of, bad, without going through the whole movie beat by beat, let me just get some points across. So, Charlie, the puppet, at least in the film universe, not quite what we expected. Many people have headcanoned and came up with ideas for what the puppet's like. The puppet is, vengeful towards adults but protects kids, or maybe the puppet just wants to get revenge on William, or possibly at first started out vengeful and angry, but by the end of the series, around the time of Ultimate Custom Night, she had learned to let her anger go and just wanted to help people, stop William from getting others killed, rather than just wanting to kill him for her own selfish vengeance. Unlike Golden Freddy, the vengeful spirit, who did not let go, and, well, yeah, you know how that turned out, depending on which theory from the games you go off of. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, this puppet threatens to hurt Abby just so she can get what she wants. But, even Vanessa says you wouldn't hurt her. And she's like, you want to take that chance? And if we're going off, the games, yeah, everything we know about the puppet and the animatronics, they don't hurt kids. They only hurt adults. In the books, they kind of halfway hurt kids because William had like half control over them. And in the first movie, William had complete control, and that's why they were trying to attack Abby there. Golden Freddy wasn't really under William's control. He just wanted to add Abby to their little ghost group, because Golden Freddy is, I guess, pissed off and wants to hurt others like he was hurt. So it's possible Golden Freddy was always unpredictable, angry, could hurt anyone at any time bastard, and was never truly good or truly evil. He just swings all over the place depending on how he feels. Because in this movie, when Mike asks him for help near the end, he actually does help, and then they move on. They finally pass on. But he says if he passes on, he can't hold William in place anymore. So that's how we're going to get FNAF 3. So he went from trying to kill Abby because he wanted more ghost kids in his group so he could probably get revenge on William, to now that he's gotten his revenge, he's like, ah, shit, yeah. Sorry for trying to kill your sister 2 years ago. I'll help you. I'll help protect her now, and then I'm going to heaven. Well, they imply it's heaven, but depending on your specific beliefs and whatever you want to believe in, possibly they go to heaven despite the bad they've done because they're kids, and kids are just automatically forgiven because they don't know no better. But if you don't believe in that, I don't think they're going to heaven. They might be going to hell, but I don't think they deserve to go to hell. Whatever, it is what it is. So, and shit. So Charlie doesn't want revenge on specifically William. She wants revenge on the parents, which the idea from the games that the animatronics hate all adults makes more sense with how the movie did it. In the games, Charlie was just killed while she was outside. Maybe she could say the parents didn't come and help her, but it's not like she tried to get the parents' attention in the game timeline. She couldn't. She was outside. She couldn't reach them. In this movie, she was trying to get them to help, and they wouldn't. So it makes a little more sense in this universe why she just hates all adults. And she could have killed, Vanessa so many times throughout the movie, but because they were friends when she was alive, she didn't. But she did, roughhouse her a little bit and threaten her. But by the end of the movie, when Puppet takes over Abby, oh, that's another thing. The Puppet has a new ability. I feel like you can Puppet is like a Deus Ex Machina when it comes to powers. In the book, when Puppet was just a mask, somehow she regenerated her body. It just all grew back from just a mask. Now in this one, she can straight up possess people, and their face kind of turns into like a twisted version of their face that's painted like the Puppet's mask, and their limbs get all long and gangly, and then they can fly around and float. I don't know how this possession makes sense. Is she literally changing the shape of their body when her soul goes inside them? Or is she only changing their face and the limbs are actually just the actual puppet's limbs, and she's just underneath their clothes moving them like fucking, ironically, like a puppet, right? Could that be it? Or what's going on with that? Because when they get her to leave Abby's body, we see it kind of scurry off over there, and then Abby's on the ground. So, or is it pulling an Ennard and going inside? But if that's the case, that should straight up kill them, because now there should be a gaping hole in their body. I'm not sure. It's supernatural ghost stuff, so yeah. Oh boy. So now that we're talking about the animatronics, this is a separate universe from the games, but they just straight up said the Wizards are not the same as the FNAF ones. The FNAF ones actually show up at the end of this movie. Kind of like how they did in the Twisted ones. They just came and fucked up all the toys, which fans from back in the day that liked the headcanon that the toys and the originals hated each other, I bet they were happy. I was never like that. I always thought they were all on the same side. But that's just me. They also seem to imply in this movie the toys aren't possessed, which I don't like. Goes against my headcanon, goes against my narrative, so I want to disregard it. But it's a separate universe. Maybe the toys were possessed at some point, but their souls already passed on before the events of the movie. Now the toys are being, wirelessly controlled via Charlie. Don't know if it's supernatural or if it's just technological or a mix of both. Probably a mix of both. The 0-point field established in the Fazbear's Frights books. That's pseudoscience stuff. Yeah. And man, let me tell you, Freddy does not. They had a bunch of good references from both the games, the fandom, memes. They had all kinds of references up in here. They even had callbacks to the first movie with Doug. He makes a cameo. Good job, Doug. Best lawyer. But oh my God, let me tell you, Freddy does not sound like Toy Freddy from how he sounds in the games. Either fucking UCN or special delivery. He kind of sounds like a normal Freddy. He's just got a deep voice. But it was cool, especially when he talked. It was awesome. And when we heard Matt Pat was going to be Toy Bonnie, we were all excited. And then when I heard it, I was like, that doesn't sound like Matt Pat. It's obvious they used some kind of high-pitched filter on his voice. So I guess he voiced it, but it didn't sound exactly like him. But it's still cool that he voiced Toy Bonnie. Matt Pat, yeah, I miss you. Oh, man. I don't want to ask you to come out of retirement because that'd make me selfish. You retired for a reason. You enjoy your retirement, but goddamn, we miss you. And everyone was all skeptical about Megan Fox playing Toy Chica. Rightfully so. But I actually think she wasn't that bad.
Wait.
Ironically, Megan Fox's bad acting actually worked out in her favor. Everyone thinks she's a bad actress and she doesn't really know how to emote. So, for a robot, that's actually perfect. So it actually worked out in that case. Run. Run. Excuse me. Anyway, I thought she sounded all right. She did a decent job here. And funny story, before I actually went in to watch the movie, when I was waiting in line to buy my ticket, one of the guys ahead of me asked the ticket vendor, are you going to goon to Toy Chica? And I was like, no, he was like, no. And I was like, dude, that's something we do in the privacy of our own homes. And he was like, nah, we do it in the theater. I was like, oh, dear God. I don't think they did. I think they were just joking. But damn, awkward. Awkward, but kind of funny. I'll admit, awkward, but funny. It would have been funny if I said, yeah, I'll do that when I get home. Because I probably will. But that's neither here nor there. Damn. They look so game accurate. Even more game accurate than in the first movie. And the Wizards are apparently prototypes that were only used for spare parts. So, again, the films are a separate universe, but if you want to say they maybe, I don't know. I always thought they were the same robots, just redesigned in between games, but it's neither here nor there. It was funny how he was like, there's no way that mask will work, and he's like, holy crap, it worked. Oh man, I love this movie. There's some parts of it that contradict what I believe about the games, and that part kind of bugs me slightly, but it didn't ruin my overall enjoyment of the movie. I loved it. Oh my God, I loved this movie. But speaking of things that are weird, I feel both vindicated but also kind of weird. Michael Afton's in this movie. Finally, I am vindicated. Everyone believed that Michael Afton and Mike Schmidt and all the other guards from the games are all just pseudonyms for Michael Afton. It's all the same guy. And I was one of the only people that didn't believe that. I thought in the first movie, when they made Mike not William's son, I thought they're finally debunking the theory, but some people still stood by it and said, oh, it's just a different universe. In this universe, he's not their kid. Okay, whatever, fine, I'll take that. But now we have Michael Afton and Mike Schmidt, both in this movie together. You could also say that's just the film universe, but screw it, I'm taking it as vindication. But this depiction of Michael Afton wanting to continue his father's legacy and being just as evil kind of goes against what we know about him from the games, how he was trying hard to fight against his father. Sure, it's implied that possibly he was helping him early on, but he eventually broke off and started being against him. Maybe in the next movie that'll happen. Does this mean they had a little brother who he put into the mouth of Fredbear or something? I don't even know if Fredbear exists in the film universe. I don't recall if I've heard a hint of it, but it's got to. That's a huge part of Freddy lore. It's got to exist. So it's possible we have a big bite. May not have happened in 83. Unless it does happen in 83, which the film having Charlie's death be in 82 may be hinting to us of which event came first. It's been a debate. What happened first, the big bite or Charlie's death? And I always stood on the side of Charlie's death. But the evidence is overwhelming. But now, the film is coming here I feel vindicated on a lot of things. I feel vindicated. But even outside of my mixed feelings and feeling vindicated and also feeling like that contradicts the games, the movie on its own is awesome. Maybe I might be biased because I'm a fan, but the fucking film was awesome. Holy shit, it was awesome. Alright. I will say, is it better than the first one? Equal to? I need more time to figure that out. The ending, though, how Mike turned on Vanessa like that, I guess it makes sense because she kept keeping details hidden from him. But I don't know, it feels like a betrayal. But everyone in the theater was like, yeah, woo! And I was like, what? Why y'all being mean? Literally, I said that. I was like, why y'all being mean? No, Mike, no. No, poor Vanessa. And that betrayal. During the chase scene at the end, when Charlie was in Abby's body and chasing Vanessa, she tried to say, you were hurt by adults when you were my age too. Why are you protecting them? They don't deserve it. And then her getting betrayed by Mike at the end there. Yeah, the end of the movie, Charlie possesses Vanessa. And roll credits. And there was actually 2 little end credit scenes, one in the mid and then one at the end. People left, and I was like, you're gonna miss whatever. And people left again after the Springtrap reveal. And I was like, no, there could be more. And there was a tape, a reference to FNAF 6. And how Charlie's gonna be coming after Mike for some reason. Probably because he foiled her plan to get revenge here. Which, damn. It was bittersweet watching the 5 kids move on after saving Abby. I'm not going to say it made me cry and tear up as much as the original FNAF 3 ending did, but damn, it was there. Oh, let me tell you. The cheek and... Okay, before I end this video, I'm just going to list off some miscellaneous things. The teacher who got his comeuppance, he'd had it coming. Fuck that guy, I hated him. He was being a dick from the get-go, and then he's just being more of a dick, and just being more of a dick, and I like how Toy Chica crushed his head, like a Jason Voorhees moment. And then the one-liner, like, I wonder what's on your mind. Huh, absolutely nothing at all. That was awesome. And then Charlie used that same line on Vanessa later, before Mike came in and saved her with the music box. So, wonder what significance that line has. I thought it was just supposed to be a joke about the teacher, but Charlie's using it twice. It must be something that was important in the past. It must be the film's universe's "I will put you back together" line. Maybe. I wonder what that's all about. Damn, though. We got a decent amount of kills. But none of the parents that the animatronics actually went after got killed. They were all saved by, the teamwork of Vanessa and Mike. I wanted to see some of them die, because after what we saw at the beginning, they definitely had it coming. But I guess the moral is revenge is wrong. People make mistakes. They don't deserve to die, especially if it's 20 years later. They probably changed as people by then. They may be good people now. I don't know. I just feel like I'm a horror guy. I come to horror movies for a body count, so I don't know. In real life, I don't think they deserve to die, but if it's a movie, yeah, kill them. Let me see them die. That's neither here nor there. This movie was awesome. They had the hork meme referenced in there. That was everyone in the theater laughed at that part. Corey X. Kenshin came back, just like he did in the first movie. Everyone was like, woo! Everyone was applauding and clapping. It was freaking awesome. Oh, man, this movie was freaking great. Mangle was awesome. She didn't get any lines, but she was still awesome. I don't think they called her Mangle throughout the whole thing. No, they don't. Unless I missed it. Shadow Bonnie made an appearance, and everyone in the theater was like, ooh, Shadow Bonnie. And I was like, what? I didn't see it. It went by too fast. I missed it. In a movie theater, especially when you're sitting on the bottom row very close, you can't really get a good look at the whole screen. You gotta keep looking around, because the screen's so big, your eyes can only focus on one section. So I must have missed Shadow Bonnie, but he was there, and I was like, oh, damn it, I missed it. No. I'll have to wait for it to come out on DVD or a streaming service, and I could watch it, get a good look then, or just wait for it to come out on YouTube. But I missed the Shadow Bonnie, but everyone was like, woo, Shadow Bonnie. It's like, oh, damn it, I didn't see it. That sucked. Okay, I said one last thing, and I went on a few more tangents. This is so much to say about this movie. And I'm happy I got to see it on premiere day, unlike the last one where there was a mix-up with the tickets. We bought them for the freaking Thursday instead of Friday, so I didn't get to see it on premiere day. But this time I got to see it on premiere day, and it was freaking awesome. Oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna calm down. I gotta end this video so I can order my Uber and go home. Is there anything else I want to say? Maybe I'll end this video exactly at 30 minutes. That'd be a good ending point. Anything else I want to say? I don't know. I like the films. They contradict the games slightly, but as their own thing, they're awesome. Can't wait to see what they do in the third one. There wasn't a Markiplier cameo unless I freaking missed it. So once again, Mark was too busy to pop in. They're gonna get him for the third one, since Iron Lung is almost finished. They're definitely gonna get him as a cameo for the third one. They got to. They just have to. Come on, Marky Moo. Come on, Mark. I don't know. Anyway. I guess I could talk about how the toy location being the first one may contradict the games, but again, it's redundant. It's the film universe. It's separate. Of course, it's a little different. It's not trying to say that in the game universe the toy location was the first. It's just doing its own thing. So there's no point in bringing that up. But I thought about bringing it up earlier and just forgot to. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this off. Can't wait for Freddy's 3. I wonder when that's gonna come out. Till then, See you guys next time. Peace.